Anfield welcomes Liverpool and Leicester City for the third round of the Carabao Cup. Between them, they've lifted this trophy on 12 occasions, and both teams are riding high in their respective leagues. Liverpool have won 6 from their 7 in all competitions so far in this campaign. Leicester winning 9 from their 10 games. Liverpool with a 100% record here at Anfield this season. Likewise, when Leicester City have been on the road, they have won all of their games, including the 2 in the League Cup, where they are yet to concede a goal. The 2 teams lining up in front of us, and both teams making 10 changes from their recent league games. Liverpool were here on Sunday. They beat West Ham by 3-1. 10 changes. The only player remaining is Curtis Jones, although he may move from a midfield position into a right-back position. Diego Jota starts. He scored 8 goals in 12 games in his career against Leicester City. Kevin Kelleher is in goal, as he was when these 2 sides met back in 2021 for a League Cup quarter final here. Kelleher was the penalty shootout hero as Liverpool went on to win the trophy. Leicester, 10 changes for them as well, following the 1-0 home win against Bristol City on Saturday at King Power Stadium. The only remaining player is Ricardo. There's a Leicester debut for Conor Coady, the summer signing who's on his way back from injury. There's a first start of the season for Harry Souttar, and it's Jakub Stolarczyk back in goal. 3 games for Leicester this season, and he's kept a clean sheet in all of them. Some of the big guns for Leicester start tonight on the substitutes bench. Hamza Choudhury, fresh from a new contract, stood and claps his hands together and just urges his teammate to be brave, to be bold, and to try and pull off a cup upset that would take Leicester through to the 4th round of a competition that has been so kind to them over the years, especially kind to the man to my right, Matt Elliott. It's quite an atmosphere, Matt.
Yeah, they know how to crank things up, don't they, prior to kick-off. Everyone knows it's coming, but you can't help but get stirred by it, really. It is something special, even, dare I say, in a fixture of this level. But I was just picturing, I've never had the pleasure of being here on a European night. It must be some occasion, but tonight promised to be so as well.
And it is a slightly different view as Endo has the ball. One of Liverpool's summer signings will be in the centre of that midfield. It's inside the Leicester penalty area with James Justin, who's nudged to the ground by Diogo Jota. Over on the far side, Leicester free kick just easing that pressure. But we are quite high up. It's almost a bird's eye view on the field, a bit different from some of the press boxes we've seen around the country. There's Tsimikas, who, like Hamza Choudhury, signed a new deal with his club this week, and he's over this free kick, which he'll look to whip in left-footed from this near side touchline. Most of the players gathered around the penalty spot as it's whipped in, and Stolarczyk had to react quickly there. Not sure if that was caught in the wind, but he came and he punched it clear, and the ball has broken to Younes coming over the halfway line. For a moment it was 2 against 2 as Younes slides the ball brilliantly to Casey McAteer. Leicester's top scorer has delivered another goal inside the first 2 minutes of this game at the Kop end of the ground. Younes keeping his cool and sliding the ball into the penalty area, where McAteer, full of goals, full of confidence, just steadied himself and right-footed just passed the ball into the opposite corner beyond Kelleher. Leicester take the lead early in the Carabao Cup.
Incredible opening to the game, isn't it? And I was half joking about it possibly being a special night tonight, more in hope than expectation, but Casey McAteer just continuing with his imperious form, coolly tucking that ball away after a Leicester City counter-attack. And listen, it's very early days, very, very early days, but who knows? And that will give a huge boost of confidence throughout the Fox's veins there. And I was just saying to myself, Younes Akgün, it was a bit of a rude awakening for him. He dallied on the ball. Tsimikas pinched the ball off him and thought, right, listen, you need to switch into gear. This is big boys football now. It's so well set up, and each man stuck to his task doggedly, diligently. James Justin in particular, he was tested by Doak, and Elliott was doubling up, I think, on the outside, and he stood firm.
Elliott, it's come through to Gakpo. It's a shot that was charged down brilliantly by Harry Souttar. The first to congratulate him and maybe to thank him was Conor Coady, because it was his pass that gave Liverpool possession. They built from there, and Harry Souttar quick to react as Gakpo was about to get the shot away.
Yeah, it's a great challenge because he's hit against his movement, shall we say. It could have wrong-footed still.
Short corner, Elliott sending it in. Oh, and it got stuck under the feet of Jota. He was sliding in on this near side, the far post from where the quick corner was taken. And as he slid in, it just seemed to get stuck between his feet.
Yeah, well, it's a little bit as if Leicester, I was praising them for how well they defended collectively and individually a few seconds prior. Then it was almost as if they thought the hard work had been done, switched off, and Gakpo nearly got in. And again there, after the corner, at the far post, people ball watching a touch.
Tsimikas out swinging corner, came all the way through to Quanta, got a touch on it, the follow-up smashed off the post from Harvey Elliott. In fact, Doak was with the shot, now it's Elliott. Two let-offs in quick succession for Leicester, initially from Quanta, and then the follow-up, the woodwork well and truly rattled by Ben Doak, who scored against Leicester in that pre-season game. Leicester will be pleased for some respite after their goal is under immense attack. Only about 3 or 4 yards away from the left-sided 18-yard line as we look. There's a one-man wall of Mark Albrighton, everyone else gathering in the penalty box. Tsimikas floating it to the far post, downward header off the line, Conor Coady. Well, that goes down as a super save from the debutant, and he's congratulated by his teammates, saw the danger, got himself in position. It was Cody Gakpo with the downward header. He was left free on the far post, and he cannot believe he's not scored.
Oh, incredible in two instances. One, the amount of space which Gakpo was afforded, direct from the set piece. Coady so alert. That's astonishing clearance there, isn't it? You think for all the world, even if he does get a touch, he's not going to be able to avoid it hitting the back of the net, but he did.
Another corner hooked goalwards by Konate. That's wide. The chances keep coming. Leicester keep dealing with them.
Yeah, he puts in a lovely ball, doesn't he, Tsimikas? And nice shape, pace, trajectory on it. In fact, a few Liverpool players do, but I get your drift though. It's blustering and slightly unnerving a little bit up here, isn't it? Being this high. Oh, I love that. James Justin through the legs of Harvey Elliott, straight into Casadei. Ricardo, straight to Endo, unfortunately.
There was space there for Casadei as well. Here's Liverpool from that dispossessing of Leicester. Jota tried to play it through the legs of Harry Souttar. It worked nearly, but then it's come back to Cody Gakpo on his right foot. That may have been deflected. It was. It's looped over the bar of Jakub Stolarczyk. It is another Liverpool corner.
Yeah, another. Increasing the pressure with these set pieces, but some of them sort of needlessly conceded. But listen, it goes with the territory of how Leicester City play their football, doesn't it? Casadei's good ball out of McAteer. He's the outlet, isn't he, for sure?
He is on that left side, hugging the touchline, but he's coming field here, edge of the box. Casadei, first time left-footed shot, edge of the box, and he's got his foot well and truly under that one, and it's looped up into the cop behind the goal.
Yeah, it wasn't really on, was it? McAteer, equally dangerous, right or left side, really. And he scored his goal coming in central. He's very aware of that. He doesn't just stick out there on his perch. He makes good, incisive runs into very dangerous areas.
He stood on the line where you would take the throw. It's an awkward angle that he comes at it and came over Gakpo. Was that Conor Coady again? Again, not sure if he knew much about it. Just bounced off him. It's away for another corner.
But he's there, he's doing the right thing. He doesn't think he's going to get a touch on that, because Gakpo's probably going to get a nick.
Here's Gravenberch, quickly closed down by Hamza Chowdhury, but he's managed to evade the Leicester Academy graduate, and it's down to the left to Tsimikas, who's got beyond Ricardo. It's into the penalty area. Jota onto his left foot, squaring the ball. Cody's there, and between Ricardo and Albrighton, they'll look to clear the danger. Albrighton down the touchline, but straight to Endo. And it's Gravenberch, checks it onto his left foot, edge of the box, into Cody Gakpo, looking for offside. Not given. Gakpo turns and slots the ball into the bottom corner. And just as quick as Leicester scored in the first half, Liverpool scored just as quick in the second, with a very neat turn and finish from Cody Gakpo in front of the cop end. There were vain hopes of an offside flag, but it wasn't raised, and we're all square really in the second half.
Yeah, I was just looking at the way Leicester had come out at the start of the second half. Liverpool, fair to say, I'm not just saying it in hindsight either, that a little bit sharper, a little bit more sprightly, a bit more endeavour than Leicester seemed to have. Very early days, I was just thinking to myself, how hard work it must be for Suter and Cody.
Gakpo, first time layoff. Castell was there with an interception. He hooks the ball over his shoulder. Iheanacho can't dispossess Gakpo, who's gone past him. He's gone past James Justin, and then he's chipped the ball to the far side. Gravenberch will keep the ball in play for a moment, like he could have been in down that left side. He's got Ricardo and Albrighton with him. It's a cross towards Jota, flicked on by the Portuguese, kept in play on this near side by Ben Doak. Leicester have got everyone lined up across the 18-yard line. There's a ball slipped into Harvey Elliott. Meanwhile, Castell did slip on the edge of the box. Ball in from Tsimikas, clipped away by the heel of Harry Suter, but it's wave after wave of Liverpool attack for the moment. Ball played back to the halfway line. Back out to the left. Tsimikas, the left back, getting forward again. 20 yards out. Slipping the ball in here to Gravenberch, then it's on to Elliott, wouldn't sit down for the shot. Doak has picked up possession. He's laid it back to Curtis Jones, back to Doak, right to the penalty box. Blue shirts all around him, but he's managed to squeeze the ball into Harvey Elliott. His cross off the bar from Gakpo, and then Elliott with a flash volley that's gone across the face of goal. Well, twice in this game Liverpool have hit the woodwork. Cody Gakpo again is shocked that he hasn't added to the one goal he has scored. Edge of the box is Cody Gakpo, left hand side. Shouter in front of him, tries to block off the move, but he has been able to play the ball centrally to Szoboszlai. It's gone slightly further back. This is Quansah. All of the outfield players inside the half that Leicester are defending. Forward again to the left hand side of the Leicester penalty area. Nunez coming into a central area, blocked and stopped by Wilfred Ndidi, but it comes forward again. Szoboszlai in space, heads to the box. There's a shot, there's a goal. Thumped into the top left hand corner, and the game has turned around from a Leicester lead to a Liverpool lead. It's the substitute, the summer recruit, who slammed home for Liverpool an unstoppable shot into the top left corner of the goal. It's Leicester 1, Liverpool 2.
Well, some strike from Szoboszlai there. Steven Gerrard-esque, wasn't it? As he hit it, I actually thought it was going over the bar. It seemed to be rising quite swiftly, but just kept enough control on it. Certainly had enough power. And there it was, touch, turn and hit. Picks up a good position, as a lot of Liverpool players do. They're constantly on the move. Leicester players having to look around them. Caught ball watching a touch there. McAteer was it. Ndidi combination. It'll be interesting to see how they react. Leicester can't lose heart, and I don't think they have. They've lost possession there.
Risky ball by Dewsbury Hall. Suter looked to have pulled Nunez back, but he's taken the ball again from him. Nunez, edge of the box, right-footed. Salarczyk diving full length, but he's watched that one bobble and bounce wide. Will be a goal kick. The threat is there from the Liverpool newcomer, Darwin Nunez.
Looks menacing, didn't he? I know he had his trials and tribulations when he first came to the country, to the club. Took a while to get into his stride, but you can see there's an air of confidence about him.
Dewsbury Hall did well to avoid giving a free kick away there. Szoboszlai, 25 yards out, fancies another. I'll tell you what, wasn't far off.
No.
Fizzed across the bar and into the cup.
They can hit them, can't they? That's how I thought the first strike was going to end up. I thought it was rising a little bit too much. That ended up, half a yard or so over the bar, but hit with some venom. Disguising the poise with which Jota played that ball was probably the moment of the match, actually. Mind you, Szoboszlai's strike wasn't too bad either, but here we go.
Dewsbury Hall looking to release Patson Daka. He has got Liverpool players around him as he turns to move infield, and he's released Wilfred Ndidi, who is clear on goal. The ball just getting stuck between his feet. Canate nudging and pushing him along the way. Not enough to give a foul away, but enough just to knock Ndidi off his stride. It looked as though that League Cup streak of goals would continue. As Tsimikas sends one into the near post, away by the head of Conor Cody. Harvey Elliott, edge of the box, squares it to Szoboszlai. Not sure what he was trying as he tried to deliver it back to the far side. Harvey Elliott beats Keenan Dewsbury Hall to the ball, and then James Justin is shrugged aside by Quansah, who's into the box right side. Oh, that is really nice from Diogo Jota, who continues his goal-scoring touch against Leicester City. On the mark again, 9 in 13 against the Foxes. Liverpool score 3 again. here at home this season, as they have done in all of their previous games. That was the pick of the bunch. Quansah crossing the ball and Jota allowing it to almost roll beyond him and then flick it right-footed into the opposite corner of the goal. And that puts the cap on what will be a Liverpool passage through to the fourth round of the Carabao Cup.
Well, I just mentioned Diogo Jota, producing debatably the moment of the match. Szoboszlai strike perhaps exceeds it, but with a little pass into Harvey Elliott behind James Justin, that was a moment of pure class. It was a good sight to watch, aren't they? Liverpool, they had a good tempo to their game, even when they don't.
Stolarczyk straight to Jota, who's got beyond Suter. Stolarczyk diving out, and once again Conor Coady has cleared off the line, this time from Harvey Elliott. Stolarczyk came out, I think he got a touch which then flicked it to Elliott 6 yards out, goal gaping, and that man, Conor Coady, just keeps appearing from nowhere on the goal line.
Well, exactly, we've got two off the bar, haven't we, and two absolutely miraculous goal line clearances from Conor Coady. The first one in particular, that one wasn't bad either, but yeah, that's what you're talking about. What could have been 3-1. It's getting to the point where Leicester's mildly relieved to keep it at that.
Just seeing him, he's on his haunches. I didn't think he'd do the 90 minutes. I expected him to go off, but he's going to see this one through, Conor Coady. And
yeah, fair play.
Whilst it's going to hurt tomorrow, he'll certainly feel the benefit.
Yeah, and I wouldn't say Leicester have been camped on their 6-yard box. They've been deep for the majority of the game, yes. But him and Suter, I scratch my head a little bit how people do it, to be honest, these days. Back in our day, it was you're out for anything more than a month or so. You ease your way back in with a couple of reserve games. Anyway, we'll talk about that another time. It's a final whistle.
There is a final whistle. Liverpool are into round 4. Leicester did take the lead in 2 minutes in when Casey McAteer added to his goal tally for the season, but Liverpool responded early in the second half with Cody Gakpo. 20 minutes from time, it was a stunner from Szoboszlai, and in the closing stages, Diogo Jota scored against Leicester, as he always does. Full time at Anfield, all the analysis to come. Liverpool 3, Leicester City 1.